Hey guys, welcome back to the mothership. Today we are going to cook a picanha, which is also known as a sirloin cap. I've never cooked one of these before. I guess they're popular in Brazil and other parts of South America, but this is a new one for me. What's interesting about this cut, it's got a really nice big fat cap on top, but it's got some really nice intramuscular marbling. So I think there's probably two ways to cut this. We could either cut it up, throw it on the grill like a normal steak, or we could smoke it, which is what we're gonna do. So before we get on the smoker, we're gonna do a couple things here. We're going to score the fat cap. We're gonna put kind of like a cross pattern on it. And then we're just gonna season the whole thing with kosher salt and then throw it back in the fridge for, we're gonna do 5 hours. You can probably get away with like an hour and a half or even overnight, but I'm gonna let it go a little bit longer, let the salt start to permeate into the meat. And then we are going to finish seasoning it with garlic powder and pepper and then put it onto the smoker. So yeah, let's get this thing ready to go. And just like that, we have our picanha on the smoker. We have it fat side down because the smoke is coming from below, and I want to protect the meat as much as I can by having the fat between the heating element and the meat. I dry rubbed it with more garlic powder and pepper. I already had salt on there, so I didn't have to extra salt. And I have it as far away from the flame as possible. Pretty much standard for a big piece of meat on a smoker. Right now I have it set at 220 degrees, anywhere between 200 and 225 is our target. And we're going to cook this to about 110 degrees and then take it off and sear it. So let's just let the machine do its thing. And I'm really excited to see how this turns out. All right, guys, it is a couple hours later and this steak is done. So what have we done now? Let's recap. We took this thing and we threw some salt on it, threw it in the fridge, let it just dry brown a little bit. We put some serrations into the fat cap on the top. We did kind of a crisscross pattern. And then we threw it on the smoker at between 200 and 225 until it hit a temperature of 110 degrees. My intention at that point was to throw it onto my propane grill and then just sear it off like I do every other steak. Unfortunately, my grill wasn't really trying to play well with us tonight, so we ended up going on a cast iron skillet with a little bit of butter. Whatever, you gotta do what you gotta do. It came out perfect. And now we have this fantastic 3-pound picanha steak right now that I'm gonna cut open and show you guys what we're working with here. We're gonna go against the grain as always. When you're actually gonna cut this and give it off to people, you wanna do really thin slices, but I just wanna show you what we're working with. That's fantastic. Oh my Lanta. Let's get a little piece in here and I'm gonna give it a taste test. Because as I said before, I've never actually eaten a piece of this type of steak. So, we got the little fat cap on there. Medium rare. Actually, maybe cool. It's definitely closer to a medium than I would like. I prefer medium rare, but it's definitely a medium. Probably 130 degrees. I actually pulled it around 130. So it's been cooking for a little bit by itself. So it's warmer than I like it to be. This is this is a medium. I prefer a medium rare, but let's try it. Oh my, this is a good steak. You know, I've never had a cut like this before. This is a very good steak. I want to show you guys what I'm working with here. So let me bring this up to the camera, show you guys. That is the picanha steak. There's a huge fat cap on top, but the entire insides, it's close to a filet mignon than anything else. I'm not opposed to it. I'm gonna cook more of these. This is great. I could see, so a big way of cutting these steaks is to cut them into individual steaks, and then you kind of horseshoe them and put a skewer through them with fat cap on top, and then you throw them on the smoker or the grill and cook them that way, rather than doing the entire cut like you do a tri-tip. I like this. I'm gonna cook more of these. This is really yummy. I can see me doing a cut like this and then some sort of like chimichurri sauce, something like that, which I think is the actual traditional way to do it. Guys, definitely add this steak cut to your repertoire. It's fantastic. I cannot imagine not doing this in the future after cooking it once. Definitely do it. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Welcome to the mothership. Please sub, please send me a like. Please let me know in the comments below what you want to see me cook next, if anything. And you know what, guys? Take it easy. Cook something good tonight.